What's up, Raider Nation? Are you ready for some game-changing news? Rumors are flying that Russell Wilson might be heading to the silver and black. That's right, the star quarterback could be wearing the iconic Raiders jersey. But that's not all. There's trouble brewing for our division rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs. And if that wasn't enough, the legendary Pete Carroll has officially joined the Raiders as head coach. Is he the spark we've been waiting for to lead us back to glory? Stick around because this video is packed with insights, rumors, and updates that you don't want to miss. Make sure you drop a comment down below on what you think of Russell Wilson potentially joining the squad. Love it? Hate it? Let me know. And hey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss any breaking Raiders news. Now let's dive right into this week's biggest stories. The rumor mill is spinning, and Russell Wilson's name is right at the center. Speculation suggests the Raiders might be exploring a trade to bring the veteran quarterback to Las Vegas. Wilson is no stranger to success, having led the Seahawks to multiple playoff runs and a Super Bowl title. But the question remains, is now the time to bet big on a veteran QB, especially when it could mean giving up key assets or straining the salary cap? For Raider fans, this is a double-edged sword. On one hand, Wilson brings leadership, experience, and undeniable talent. On the other, his recent performance in Denver has left some questioning if his best days are behind him. Raider Nation, what do you think? Is Wilson the missing piece to take us to the next level? Or should we keep building with younger talent? Let me know in the comments. Our division rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs, might be facing some major hurdles. Reports suggest there's growing tension behind the scenes, with contract negotiations for key players causing some serious headaches. Could this be the start of a shakeup in Kansas City? For years, the Chiefs have dominated the AFC West, but cracks in the foundation could open the door for the Raiders to make their move. With Andy Reid at the helm, the Chiefs have been a powerhouse, but no dynasty lasts forever. If the Chiefs falter, the Raiders need to be ready to capitalize. Raider Nation, do you think this is the opportunity we've been waiting for to take control of the division? Let's talk about it below. The biggest headline of the week, Pete Carroll is officially the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Carroll, a proven winner, brings an impressive resume to the silver and black. He's led the Seattle Seahawks to 2 Super Bowls, winning 1, and has a track record of building competitive teams at both the college and professional levels. At 73 years old, Carroll brings veteran leadership and a wealth of knowledge to a team hungry for success. But not everyone is sold on this move. Critics point to Carroll's age and question whether he can adapt to the modern NFL. Still, his energy, passion, and ability to develop talent have made him one of the most respected figures in football. Raider Nation, how are we feeling about this hire? Is Carroll the man to turn things around in Vegas? Former Raiders MVP Rich Gannon weighed in on the hiring of Pete Carroll during an interview with Sirius XM NFL Radio. Gannon praised Carroll's experience, calling him one of the few coaches in history to lead 4 different NFL teams. He highlighted Carroll's ability to develop young players and his hands-on approach to coaching, which could be a game-changer for the Raiders. Gannon also emphasized the importance of stability, saying Carroll's leadership could bring a much-needed sense of direction to the organization. With a roster full of young talent and a coach who knows how to maximize potential, Gannon believes the Raiders are in a position to make some serious noise in the AFC. Raider Nation, does Gannon's endorsement make you more confident in this hire? Carroll's career speaks for itself. From his success with the Jets and Patriots to his 14-year reign in Seattle, Carroll has always found ways to build competitive teams. His time at USC was legendary, with a national championship and countless NFL-ready players coming through his program. This guy knows how to win, plain and simple. But can he replicate that success in Las Vegas? The Raiders are a storied franchise, but it's been a while since we've seen them at their peak. Carroll's ability to establish a winning culture and instill discipline could be exactly what the team needs. Raider Nation, are you buying into the Carroll hype? Taking over the Raiders is no small task. The team has struggled with inconsistency in recent years, and the AFC West is as competitive as ever. Carroll will need to address key areas, from shoring up the defense to finding a long-term solution at quarterback. The pressure is on, but if anyone can handle it, it's Pete Carroll. One of the biggest challenges will be managing expectations. Raider fans are some of the most passionate in the league, and they demand results. Carroll's track record suggests he can deliver, but it won't happen overnight. Raider Nation, are you ready to be patient? Or is it Super Bowl or bust? The Raiders roster is brimming with potential, especially on offense. Tight end Brock Bowers had a breakout season as a rookie, and there's a solid core of young players ready to take the next step. Carroll's reputation for developing talent could make all the difference in their growth. On the defensive side, there's work to be done, but the foundation is there. With the right coaching and a few key additions, this unit could turn into a force. Raider Nation, which young player are you most excited to see thrive under Carroll's leadership? One major advantage for the Raiders heading into 2025 is their salary cap situation. With some financial flexibility, the team has the opportunity to make impactful moves in free agency. Carroll and the front office will need to be strategic, targeting players who can complement the young core and fill critical gaps. This is where Carroll's experience will be invaluable. He knows how to identify talent and build a cohesive roster. Raider Nation, what moves do you think the Raiders should make this offseason to take the next step? Opinions are divided among fans about Pete Carroll's arrival. Some see him as the perfect leader to bring stability and success, while others worry about his age and whether he can adapt to today's NFL. The one thing we can all agree on, the Raiders are at a crossroads, and this is a pivotal moment for the franchise. Raider Nation, I want to hear from you. What's your take on Carroll as head coach? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's keep this conversation going. Your voice matters. The AFC West has always been one of the toughest divisions in football, with teams like the Chiefs and Broncos consistently making headlines. But with Kansas City potentially dealing with internal issues and the Broncos still trying to find their groove under Sean Payton, the Raiders might have the perfect window of opportunity to assert dominance. The key will be capitalizing on these vulnerabilities while staying consistent throughout the season. It's no secret that the Chiefs have been the Raiders' biggest roadblock in recent years, but every dynasty hits a wall eventually. If the Raiders can step up under Pete Carroll's leadership and take advantage of the young talent on the roster, we could be looking at a serious shift in power in the division. Raider Nation, do you think the tides are turning in our favor? 2025 is shaping up to be a crucial year for the Raiders. With a new head coach, a promising young core, and flexibility in free agency, the franchise is positioned to make some bold moves. The question is, what will the strategy be? Will Carroll and the front office prioritize building the defense, or will they focus on adding more weapons for the offense? Every decision made this offseason will play a pivotal role in shaping the Raiders' future. From draft picks to trades, there's no room for error. Raider Nation, if you were calling the shots, what would your game plan look like? Who's the one free agent or draft prospect you'd target to make an immediate impact? As much as we'd all love to see the Raiders go from rebuild to Super Bowl contender overnight, it's important to stay grounded. Carroll is a master at building from the ground up, but even he will need time to establish his system and culture within the organization. Patience will be key as the team navigates through the growing pains of this transition. That said, the potential for immediate success isn't out of the question. With the right adjustments and a little luck, the Raiders could surprise everyone and make a serious playoff push. Raider Nation, are you ready to trust the process, or is the expectation for immediate results non-negotiable? And now, back to the elephant in the room, Russell Wilson. Adding a quarterback of his caliber would undoubtedly shake things up, but at what cost? The Raiders have invested in developing younger talent, and bringing in Wilson might hinder that progress. On the flip side, Wilson's experience and leadership could be exactly what the team needs to take the next step. This decision could define the Raiders' trajectory for years to come. Do they take the gamble on a proven veteran or stick with their plan to build a sustainable contender from within? Raider Nation, let's hear it. Is Russell Wilson worth the risk, or should the Raiders stay the course? All right, Raider Nation, that's a wrap on this week's updates. From the possibility of Russell Wilson in silver and black to Pete Carroll's monumental hire as head coach, there's a lot to be excited about and plenty to debate. I want to hear your thoughts on everything we covered today. Are you feeling optimistic about the future, or are you still on the fence? If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this video with your fellow Raiders fans and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Raiders! What's up, Raider Nation? Michael here, and we've got some jaw-dropping rumors brewing around the silver and black. Russell Wilson to the Raiders? Could it actually happen? Oh, and just when you thought the Chiefs had it all figured out, trouble is knocking at their door. Grab your popcorn because today's updates will leave you on the edge of your seat. Let's dive in. The offseason is always a wild ride for Raider Nation, but this year feels different. With so many moving pieces across the league, these rumors about Wilson and the Chiefs' troubles could redefine the AFC West. Stick around because we're just getting started. All right, Raider Nation. Before we tackle this wild Russell Wilson rumor, let's get some context. The offseason is heating up and every team is reloading. The Raiders are gearing up under new leadership and whispers of big moves are swirling. But this isn't just about us. It's about shaking up the entire AFC West landscape. Can you imagine Wilson in silver and black? Let's break it down. The Raiders have a history of making bold moves, and this offseason could be no different. The key question is how much risk they're willing to take to secure a player like Wilson. Raider Nation, buckle up because the stakes couldn't be higher. Okay, here's what we know. Multiple sources have hinted that the Raiders are keeping tabs on the possibility of landing Russell Wilson. Now, we know Wilson's time in Denver hasn't exactly gone as planned. With the Broncos looking to revamp and Wilson needing a fresh start, could Vegas be his next destination? Raider Nation, what do you think? Is Wilson the right fit for us? Let me know in the comments. While the rumor mill is buzzing, we've got to ask ourselves, how real is this possibility? If the Raiders are serious, they'll need to outmaneuver other teams and offer a package that benefits Denver. No small task considering the stakes. Let's think about what Wilson could bring to this team. Like a proven Super Bowl champion, dynamic playmaker, and someone who thrives under pressure. Pair that with Davante Adams and Josh Jacobs, and we're talking about a potential offensive powerhouse. But, and there's always a but, is the price tag worth it? The cost of acquiring Wilson could be steep, both in terms of draft capital and salary cap impact. Raider Nation, would you be willing to sacrifice future flexibility for a shot at immediate success? Let's weigh the pros and cons. Now, while we're dreaming big, let's shift gears to our biggest rival, the Kansas City Chiefs. Rumor has it, there's trouble in paradise. Key contract negotiations are reportedly stalling, and their cap space is tighter than a fourth quarter blitz. Could the Chiefs be in for a rough offseason? Let's hope so. This is exactly the kind of distraction the Raiders need from their biggest rival. If the Chiefs falter in free agency or lose key players, it could open the door for the Raiders to seize control of the division. Stay tuned for updates on their struggles. Now, Raider Nation, let's talk about the man behind our defense, Patrick Graham. Rumors are swirling that Graham is a top candidate for the Jaguars' defensive coordinator job. This news raises questions. Will the Raiders retain Graham? Or could we see major changes on the defensive staff? If Graham does leave, who's next in line? Losing Graham would be a significant blow, especially with the strides the defense made last season. Raider Nation, who would you like to see step into that role if Graham moves on? Drop your suggestions in the comments. Here's the kicker. The Jaguars are desperate to fix their defense after a horrendous 2024 season. With one of the worst defensive records in the league, they're eyeing Graham as the guy to turn things around. But can the Raiders afford to lose him, especially after showing flashes of improvement late last season? Jacksonville's defensive woes are well documented, but the question is whether Graham would want to step into such a challenging situation. Raider Nation, would you leave Vegas for that mess in Jacksonville? Let's hear your take. Speaking of Jacksonville, their new head coach Liam Cohen is wasting no time building his staff. But here's where it gets messy. Graham already interviewed for their head coaching position but was passed over. If you were Graham, would you take the DC role or stick it out in Vegas? Tough call, right? It's clear that Jacksonville sees potential in Graham, but their handling of his head coaching interview might leave a sour taste. Raider Nation, how would you feel if the roles were reversed? Let's discuss. Let's be real. The Raiders' defense has been a mixed bag. We've seen moments of brilliance, but also breakdowns that make you want to throw your remote. If Graham stays, the focus needs to be on the secondary. We can't compete in the AFC West without locking down the passing game. With offenses like Kansas City's and Los Angeles lighting up the scoreboard, shoring up the secondary isn't just a priority, it's a necessity. Raider Nation, what moves do you think we should make? For some perspective, the Jaguars allowed a league-high 4,375 passing yards in 2024. They're a mess in the secondary, which is why they're so desperate to land Graham. But hey, that's their problem. We've got to focus on making our defense playoff ready. Graham's ability to turn around struggling defenses makes him a hot commodity, but the Raiders must do everything they can to keep him. Raider Nation, should we be worried? Let's hear your thoughts. Oh, and here's another curveball. Rumors suggest Pete Carroll could be in the mix for a role with the Raiders. Can you imagine the legendary coach joining the silver and black? What kind of impact would he bring? Raider Nation, drop your thoughts below. Adding a veteran presence like Carroll could be a game changer for the Raiders. His experience and leadership might be exactly what this team needs to take the next step. What do you think, Raider Nation? Let's not forget, the AFC West is an arms race. The Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos are all making moves. If the Raiders want to stay competitive, we've got to think big. Whether it's Russell Wilson, Patrick Graham, or Pete Carroll, it's all about making bold decisions. The division's competitiveness means there's no room for complacency. Every move counts, and Raider Nation knows this better than anyone. What bold moves do you want to see this offseason? All right, Raider Nation, it's time for your input. What do you think about these rumors? Should we go all in on Wilson, keep Graham, or maybe bring in Pete Carroll? Hit me up in the comments and let's get this debate going. Your opinions drive this channel, so don't hold back. Let's make this the most engaged offseason yet. Comment, debate, and let's shape the conversation around our Raiders. One thing's for sure, the Raiders aren't sitting still this offseason. Big changes are coming, and I'm here to keep you updated every step of the way. Raider Nation, the future is bright, and we've got plenty to be excited about. Stay tuned because the best is yet to come. Together, we'll break down every rumor, every move, and every game. Raider Nation, this is our time. If you're as hyped as I am, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your fellow Raider fans. Let's keep the silver and black conversation alive. Until next time, stay strong, Raider Nation. Michael, signing out. Remember, Raider Nation, your support fuels this channel. Let's keep the momentum going and make this the best offseason yet. See you in the next video.